Slowly thinking.
All right, now we're live.
Hey, everybody. I'm Troy Rand, and this is Marty Rand sitting next to me.
Hello.
And we're going to hop on and do some live stuff here every Wednesday. Um, as you may or may not know, we've kind of been away from posting and doing a lot of that kind of things to help our community and our world and everything over the last year or two, just because we were really busy and really getting burnt out on what we were doing. So um, now we're getting ready to enter the next phase of our life.
I'm retiring. Yay!
After how many years?
It'll be 25.
Yep.
That's enough.
So
Time to do what, well, I was always called to be in the military, but now my call is something different.
So 27 years total, correct? Of only being in the military.
28.
28. There you go.
Yeah.
So on to something new is what's happening over the next few months for us. So July 24th is Marty's retirement ceremony. So we'll be moving on and moving back to Illinois on July 31st. We leave out in California. So leave California behind. So we have kind of, we're in the process of starting a coaching company called Divorce Proof Through Marriage Coaching, just because we've both previously been divorced and they both really sucked. And so we're hoping to help people avoid that. So,
Yeah. Well, and I think, with the divorce rate being almost, 40 to 50% in the U.S., right? We need to have more coaching on how to be a married couple. They don't teach you that, right? I saw my parents, right? But I didn't get any teaching in school or whatever for that. So whatever we're doing is not working right now. So we've got to try to change that.
in society, that is.
Right. So we just want to try to help, other couples, have a passionate love affair and get out of debt and build wealth for generations to come. We want you guys to be able to teach your children what a great marriage looks like. So, that's one of the reasons that we've decided to go ahead and, feel a purpose in life to help serve couples that, not that you have terrible marriages or, abusive marriages, but just need a little tweaking, just need a little help, want it a little bit better. So that's what we're gonna try to do, more consistently and everything.
And we all want what's best for our kids, obviously, and we all want to push our kids to be the best they can be. So that's one of our big things has always been is we want our kids to have the kind of marriage that we do. So we're going to try and provide the information on how we've done it and why we do the things that we do. And even though they're crazy to a lot of people, we're going to start to share that. And as you can probably, if you follow our page or anything and you've seen all the posts over the last week or two, this is why and this is where we're going. So if there's anything that we do post and that you like, please share it. The more people we get out there, the more people we can get in touch if we get in front of. So.
And if you're on, please let us know. Just comment in the box so we know who's on. We'd love to give you a shout out and stuff. So if you pop on just for a minute or two, just let us know you're there so we can say hello. Maybe some of you we haven't seen in a long time, so we'd love to, see you and catch up and hopefully give you a tidbit or two of useful information. Like Troy was saying about, wanting our kids to have, a great marriage and one like ours. I think that's the biggest compliment that you can get is our middle daughter, Courtney, at one time said, "I hope I have a marriage like yours." So, we might not get it right all the time, but at least, some of the time we're doing something that makes the kids want to have something like we have. And so that makes you feel good that you might be making a little bit of impact here and there. So the other thing is, I forgot what I was going to say. I don't know either. If I think about it, I'll let you guys know.
As anybody hops on too, if you do have a question you want us to try and help you answer, we'll always try and do that during these lives too. basically what our coaching program is going to revolve around is around 6 different pillars or foundational beliefs that we have with marriage. That first off, you have to have a faith-centered marriage. God has to be number one, and He has to be in the middle of you and your spouse. Um, Otherwise, it's not going to be successful. So that's one of the pillars is faith, obviously. Another big pillar is fitness, and we touched on this in one of our posts this last week. Is if you can't keep up with your spouse, then how are you going to have a successful marriage? So you have to stay fit and you have to stay healthy, and which is another pillar, which is health and those types of things.
Another one is finance, right? Finance is one of the main reasons people get divorced. Can cause a lot of stress in a marriage. So we'll be focusing on finance, weekly also. I mean, many of us don't get taught finance either when we're growing up. My parents were great with money,
Right.
but they never taught me how to be great with money. Right. So
that's what we both learned over the last 4 or 5 years. It was like, everything we've learned from Dave Ramsey over the last 4 or 5 years has basically been what our parents did and our grandparents did. And they're all very successful in life money-wise and, not overly rich, but we never needed anything and they never need anything still, but we never learned it. So that's what we're going to try and share with everybody is what we've learned and how we've been so successful in paying off over $350,000 worth of debt in the last four years. So, which is a crazy amount of money we wasted.
Yes.
So
hopefully we can help you not waste that much money.
So food's another pillar that we really focus on also, just because if you're not feeding your body, you can't have the energy to serve your spouse the way that they deserve to be served, however that is.
Family is another big one for us. Just making great relationships all through the family, with the kids, with the in-laws, and just, and that also includes your friends that you consider family too, and being social and having like-minded friends that, build you up and believe basically the same thing you do, so you guys can support each other through this crazy world we live in right now.
And our last pillar is really your health. Me being a chiropractor, obviously that's important. Marty being a nurse practitioner, that's important.
Being a nurse practitioner, that's important too.
Right, as we found out, since all this corona craziness that's occurred, we always take our health, and we don't think about it as much. And now that we've been stuck at home and we can't do these things and all that type of stuff, hopefully you realize that to be healthy and to not be immunocompromised and not be the ones that might get sick first is a big deal. So, if you can do everything to be healthy, then, you have less fear and you don't have to worry about all the things that everybody's out there going crazy worrying about and whatever,
Yeah, I agree. If you're doing what you need to do to have your body work as God intended, then you still have to be careful. You can't just go willy-nilly, but you should have faith that you're doing everything right to prevent disease and different diagnoses, so that your body can take care of whatever you come in contact with. So we just wanted to get on live and just kind of give you guys a little introduction to what we plan on doing over the next couple of weeks, months, who knows, years maybe. We're really looking forward to the next chapter of our life and helping people in a different way. We'll still be practicing, but we feel that this is now where God is leading us to help other couples build a lasting marriage, so they don't have to go through divorce. And we've had many friends that, say that, wow, you have a great marriage just from the outside looking in. They say they can tell just by looking at us and how we interact with each other and everything. So Again, we want to share what we know, and hopefully you guys will take, some of those things that we've learned after 15 years of our second marriage, and improve your marriage, so it lasts a lifetime.
Yep. And if you have any questions that you would like answered, you can just post them on our page, and we'll try to bring them up next week, or we'll answer them as we, maybe have time during the week or whatever. We still are both working full time, so not a lot of extra time, but we try for an hour a night or so. I was going to say something else too. Also, if you want to just hop on a 15-minute call with us or something, just like I said, we are working full time, so we don't have a big open schedule yet. So there's a book now button on our Facebook page, so just go ahead and click on that, and that'll take you to our calendar, and we can get on the phone for 15 minutes and see if there's anything we can do, or if we need to connect deeper or any of that kind of stuff. So,
Yep.
Anything else?
Nope, I don't think so. I think that's good for our first one.
Okay, very good. All right. Well, thanks for everybody for tuning in that did. Hope everybody has a good night.
Remember, come on, you gotta do our tagline.
Okay. Keep God first, your spouse second, and intimacy always.
And have more sex.
Night, everybody.